We are part of the Fired Up Sports Network of shows. Please check out other Fired Up Sports Network podcasts like the P-Lot Pod, Water Cooler Talk, Bell Smashers, Philly Sports Love and Pain, Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with.
You're listening to Drunk on Broad, Philly Sports Unfiltered! From Broad Street down to the bank, we bleed red, green, black, blue, and gray. Racial classes, game day pride, Philly's hardware, drunk on the ride. The A.G. flying high tonight, Six Stars lights up, the sky's so bright. Flyers crash like thunder on the ice. Philly swinging, everything's nice. Union chanting, passion loud and raw. City of grit, we break every law. Down, drunk on broad. No, we don't sleep. City of champions, running deep. For another round, let's make it loud. Feel it forever. We're Broad Street proud. Drunk on Broad, yeah, we're home. Drunk on Broad.
Mark, it is reality, right? Like it is. We're Saturday, July 25th, and we are legit sitting here talking about LeBron James being a Sixer. Like, Mark, 5 weeks ago, if I told you that the starting five would include Jaylen Brown and LeBron James, and you would have gotten rid of Paul George's contract, you probably would have told me I needed to go like find a padded room or like get a different set of gummies because like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a different universe. Like this was absolutely insane. Even at 42, to acquire a guy who is regarded as the best in the game, like I don't know what to do with myself. My wife is not going to be happy. We're going down the shore today, and I'm packing a bunch of. I gotta bring Sixers jerseys, right? Like I gotta have them on the
Ooh.
beach. Like the we'll go over it in a second, but like I want to talk about some of the memes that I saw yesterday. They were like the internet was completely undefeated yesterday. It was absolutely insane, and I'm here for it all.
Yeah. What a cool, like, this is objectively the coolest thing that I think has ever happened, like, in Philadelphia sports in my lifetime. I mean, we had Bryce pick the Phillies, and that was cool. Uh, but I mean, like, LeBron's considered like one of the, like, he's arguably the GOAT, right? Like, I mean,
Mhm.
that's the whole big debate, right? So, I mean, like he's one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player of all time. And even in the twilight of his career, um, picking the Sixers is and picking Philadelphia. I can't like that is so cool. It is so cool, and I can't really. Um, I've thought about all the things that we were going to talk about today, and I don't. It's still very surreal. Um, I'm sure we'll talk on this show about all the basketball fits and what this team will look like in a basketball sense over the next several shows, as we walk up to the season. But um, as of right now, I'm still like processing it. If I could steal a phrase,
Right? Like,
right now, I mean, it's incredible.
it. I mean, it truly was like where were you? Where were you?
Yeah,
Like I was sitting on my back porch, like drinking a cup of coffee, just like and it like I had with everything that had gone on earlier on in the week with the leak with the Miami the YouTube page leaking the press conference. It was supposed to be what like next to like coming like Tuesday. The
Yeah.
welcome back to Miami LeBron. I had just kind of there was so much and it was hard to kind of sift through, right? All the Easter eggs of things like you had him up at
Right.
FanFest, talking about trusting the process, and you had Reese Halliburton talking about what you're going into year what 76, like there were that you had the whiteboard from Rich Paul's the podcast with
Yep.
with that little asterisk star right next to Tyrese Maxey, like you had all of that, and it was so hard to trust anything because it felt like it was so fluid. And I had just kind of reserved the fact that like it was probably going to be Cleveland or Miami. Like he was either going
Yeah.
home or he was going to go back to South Beach. And I mean, this dropped like a ton of bricks, man, and it was insane. Right from Jump Street, it was like my phone. I had to charge my phone 3 different times yesterday. Like it just like the text messages, the trying to like look at the memes and read the reports and see the videos, and like it like it died 3 times. The portable charger died. Like I couldn't keep it on. It was really that, and to acquire a guy who is a global, like has a global presence. Like it's not
Oh yeah.
a guy who's the face of the league. Like he's a guy who is um, has been the face of basketball for the last 24 years. And you talk about fit. Like this team had a gaping hole at the 4. And
Yeah.
he slides right in with that veteran presence, with the ability to be able to play the point forward, to allow Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe all that space to be able to make plays and be guys in space. And now even on the nights when Embiid doesn't play, it's not a scheduled loss. Like it just and I think that's the thing that I love about this particular decision is that it really was about basketball. And he said that
Yeah.
much. His note on social media, I really appreciated.
Yeah. That was really cool to see, and it was about basketball. Uh, like you can go back in the archives of this show. I mean, we've been talking for over 2 seasons worth of stuff where we've talked about like, they really need to figure out the wing depth on this team. Like, oh, we don't have enough quality wing depth to compete, like to truly compete. Coming into this offseason, it was the same question. Like you said earlier at the top of the show, if you would have told me, at the end of the season, this past season, that, oh, well, don't worry about it. The Sixers are going to end up with Jaylen Brown and LeBron James and Dean Wade. And, like all of a sudden, like now this
And,
wing, like that's not a problem at all.
right,
And
Mark?
this is arguably
Anthony Simon, like
Anthony Simons. Like, this is arguably you can make the argument this is one of the best starting 5 in the league. Even at LeBron's, at this point of his career. And also too, like, I mean, when you talk about fit and things like that, I mean, like I've already seen people raise questions about that kind of thing, and like everybody needs the ball type of thing. Tyrese Maxey's actually one of the better quality off ball players in the league. I think statistically that's out there. Like there's enough statistical evidence to suggest that. Also, like one thing that's always been really underrated about LeBron's game is his passing. You know what I mean? Like LeBron shares the basketball and gets guys open, and you know what I mean. Like he'll move the ball around. It's not like I don't see like at this stage of his career. Like with the Lakers at the end of his run with the Lakers, I mean, it was a different thing. You know what I mean? Like um, coming here now, where there's like all these guys. You know, he's in a different phase of his career, and I think
Mhm.
it's a really cool thing um, to see that where it's like, yeah, he doesn't have to be, um, you know, he doesn't have to be he doesn't have to be everything for us because there is Jaylen Brown.
And he can be your point forward, right? He can be the guy that
Yeah,
he does. Like it as his game as he's gotten older, right? The his ability to be able to adapt his game and now be in the position where he doesn't need to shoulder the load of anything and can truly be that guy. And I love the idea that it's a 2-year deal, so he's going to be here for 2 seasons, and just simply having him around that young nucleus of Brown and Maxey and Edgecombe, because those are the guys that are going to carry the next version of this franchise. This is that
yeah,
iteration for the next 2 years, but the next, I mean, again, a month and a half ago, Mark, we were we were talking about like we went back on one of the previous shows and looked at what we were talking about a month and a half ago, and it was an abyss. Like this team was a very distant, irrelevant fourth. I think I might have talked about the Union maybe having the opportunity to surpass them at some point, because it was like it had lingered on that bad. And we'd be remiss if we didn't come in and talk about Mike Gansey. And Mike Gansey has dropped everything on the table, um, to the point where I would tell people as they're driving down the shore, keep a lookout for Daryl Morey at one of the bridges, because it's like how do you see a guy come in and in less than 6 weeks completely remake this franchise and send it on a trajectory that elevates them? I think I saw this morning they have the fourth best odds for a title.
yeah, yeah.
They
I
were they
mean,
were an irrelevant team 6 weeks ago.
yeah, yeah. They deserve that. I mean, this front office, um, all of them, Gansey, Bob Myers, Jameer Nelson,
Mm-hmm.
like they all deserve. I'm sure, Gansey's at the forefront of it, but I think like they all deserve credit for how this is all played out. I mean, like, look, I would have been completely happy had they made the Jaylen Brown trade. If they would have lost out on the LeBron sweepstakes, that would have been fine for me. I think I would have been okay. Just because I think too, like deep down, I didn't really know or believe if he was actually really considering coming here,
Right.
and then backfill the rest of the roster with some depth, and like call it an off season, and that's still. I mean, like if Jaylen Brown would have just been the only piece, I think we would have all been like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But like to add LeBron on top of that, and then like for all the butterfly effect that creates, like you said, it being a 2-year deal and you being able to, think about the impact that maybe it has on Maxi and Edgecombe and these younger players on this team,
Mm-hmm.
and in years 3, 4, 5, 6, and as we kind of move forward, and hopefully they're a part of that, and what they could kind of just get from just playing with LeBron or just being around LeBron on a regular basis, I think
Right.
is that's a part of it that like we don't see that stuff, but
Yeah.
it definitely matters. And yeah, it's an incredible thing. Um, I I've already like tried to look at I've already been doing the jersey shopping thing,
I
and
already got one in
they're
the
all.
cart, Mark.
You got one? Yeah.
I got well. I had
I
to. I
I
had to. I had to go off brand a little bit, not off brand, but like I had to go
Yeah.
sketchy website, but I've used it before. It's okay.
Yeah.
I had to go custom, but like because
I think a lot of people.
the
Yeah.
Fanatics sold out.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
that was the
sold out
thing. It
in
was
like
like
2.5 hours.
when I saw that, I was like, damn. Because the first thing I thought of too was like, and I was hoping it wasn't because they don't wear them. They're not in like the regular rotation all the time. But I was like, man, a LeBron 23 like red jersey, that seems sweet. And then, of course, like you go on Fanatics, and they're all gone. Like
Yeah.
it was like, I was like,
One,
well, I guess I'm waiting. I mean,
the
maybe that's a gift from
one of the
Santa. I
ones
don't know.
that listen, I think the one that I don't have is the black. The one that I got that was the black one. Because
Yeah,
that's I was debating like a couple summers ago, like wanted like an Allen Iverson. I already have an Allen Iverson. Like I was like trying, but
yeah,
there wasn't really anybody currently when they brought like that was the anticlimactic thing about the New Jersey. It's like they brought it out, and I was like,
yeah,
dude, like I already had a couple of like Maxi, like Embiid, like and I was like, oh, I don't want another Embiid jersey. I already have a Maxi. Like I was trying, and then this hit, and at one point, I was like, "Ooh, the Jaylen Brown one was like, that's it." And I was like, and then this chatter started, and I was like, maybe I'll hold off a little bit. It
yeah,
was, it. You can't help but feel that energy, and in the statement talking about revitalizing that franchise, right? Talk about re-energizing that franchise and being excited to be able to, and if there is a fan base that loves its own harder, this is your city. Like, like
yeah,
you play for another team, you're the worst. You play for us, you can do no wrong. Um,
yeah.
and Mark, you talk about the roster building, right? And I don't know if you saw Crispy Hayes. It was late last night, about midnight. The news about Contavious Caldwell Pope. Uh,
Yep. Yeah.
his contract getting by. He's negotiating a buyout, and has a plan, right? And you're seeing the ring chasing, right? Like
Yeah.
I'll go play for I'm going to play for less than the vet minimum, right? To be
Yeah.
on a team, right? And you talk about extending that bench, right? You're talking about extending the length and the depth of the guys that you have on your roster. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then like the cover of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Did you see
Yeah.
that? The picture
Yeah.
with him with the shades kind of like almost pulled
Yeah.
down, talking about it's a Philly thing, and that's like a callback to the that whole Super Bowl run.
Hmm.
Like it's
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
it is absolutely wild, and it's just like
It is so cool.
um
Yeah.
God, I can't. I'm kind of like speechless, but like the all right, let's talk about some fun stuff, right? The memes that were going back, right? Like the one I saw the state of Pennsylvania started reworking the names of the towns with LeBron, with James, with the King. Like it was. I saw somebody renamed LeBron Street.
LeBron
Or
James.
like
Yeah.
this is where I'm headed in June. But like I'm trying to pull up some of the where is it? Like the billboards, the one billboard with it's him as George Washington with Max and Brown and Embiid like crossing the Delaware.
Yeah.
Um,
That was a good one. I like that one.
someone had sent me one of him on the it's him on the front of the boat of the Olympic boat.
Yeah.
There's like a million people, and it's like LeBron leading us across the Delaware.
Delaware. Yeah.
Like, oh god! All right, so Mark Ab Kington, Kingtown, Baller Kenwood, LeBronsdale, um, like just like uh, Montgomeryville, um, LeBron Mar.
In LeBron.
like it's just like this kind of stuff is just like it just doesn't get any better, man. And the one I'm looking at the one I think either I sent it or Rich sent it, but it was the video of Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
It says this is Howie Roseman and Mike Gansey. Like it's just like you look at this and it's just it's crazy. Um,
Yeah.
and Mark, I'm going to put something up on the screen, and this is a fun little exercise because some of these guys you're going to know, and some of them, well, I don't know that I even know. But this, I'm going to share this. Let's pop this up on the screen here. I don't know if you can see these guys. This is the starting lineup from 15 months ago.
Yeah, I was going to talk about this because I saw this too.
Okay, go
Um,
ahead.
yeah, we
From
got
left to right.
Kelly Oubre, our boy.
Yeah,
Best of luck to you in Indy.
yeah,
We're always pro Kelly on this show. Um, Gershon's on there, right? Like
yeah, in the middle.
he's in the middle. Eric Gordon, Reggie Jackson, and I don't know who is next to Kelly. In between Gershon, who is that?
That is, I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Trying to think here. Where is it? Hold on. Here it is. That's Ricky Council.
Oh, Ricky Council.
That's
Oh,
Ricky
geez.
Council. Like, come on, like you talk about Ricky Council and Gershon Yabusele and Cam Payne and Pat Beverly.
Yeah.
I mean, and the this starting five from 2015,
Oh God.
right? Like T.J. McConnell, Norland's Noel, oh god,
Jaleel Okafor.
Jaleel Okafor,
Jeremy
who's the
Grant's
white-
on there.
Jeremy Grant, and who's the white guy, number 11.
Um,
Like this
I don't
was
know.
not that long ago, Mark. This was 9 years ago.
Yeah.
I know that,
I
like,
don't.
but like
Who is
the
that?
oh god, I feel like he's a Mike. I can't
Um,
remember, but I love I love this tweet from it's called Three Cone, but Mike Muscala hits the three in the bubble to move the Thunder's 2020 pick owned to Philly outside of the top 20 protected zone. That pick becomes Tyrese Maxey.
oh yeah.
Maxey becomes the Sixers' competitive edge, where they were able to bring in Paul George, who was then dealt for Jaylen Brown, who was then a major factor in the Sixers recruiting LeBron James. All of this
Yeah.
was made possible by a 3-pointer from Mike Muscala in the bubble.
Yeah. What's interesting too, I mean, like about like that part of it is like, I mean, just I'm still trying to process how like what Boston saw in that, in dealing
So crazy.
Jalen for PG. I mean, especially PG at this point of his career. I don't know that the version we saw of him last year is probably the best version you're going to get of him. I think
Sure.
at this point, where there's going to be nights where he flashes what he was once able to do, but there's never going to be like he's not going to be able to do that consistently.
It's so fleeting. Like it's so few and far between. Like
Yeah.
these are what feel like fleeces of epic proportion, right? You're able to get off that contract. You're able
Yeah.
to not just get off of it, but yes, you attach future assets to it. That doesn't matter, right? Like you're able to get back a guy who has a laundry list, right? The all NBA teams, the NBA finals, the MVP, like has it all. You're getting that guy back. and then you're able to add LeBron James on what is a minimum deal, right? Like you're paying him $4 million a year for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Here I'm just to kind of piggyback off that, right? The greatest signing in Philadelphia history, the Declaration of Independence or LeBron James.
Oh man.
250 years and a couple days apart.
Yeah. Yeah, really. I mean, man, it's really crazy, and I just think like too, like I mean, um, like this is going to be a nightmare. I think the play, like the coach again, especially when everybody's available. Um,
Yeah.
Joel's health and things like that, objectively, I think is going to be the looming, overarching thing, as it's been, right? Like, uh, they need Joel healthy in the playoffs, and does this help alleviate some of that pressure? Absolutely. I mean, like they'll have other options, but
Yeah.
when you consider what he's able to do when he's right and when he's healthy, I mean, he's still a really, really big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we need him. We need the big fella ready when it matters. And but if this means, like you said, like if he's not playing, and this means that we're not automatically a scheduled loss for us without him,
Right?
even if it's like him and LeBron are sitting or whatever, you still have Jalen. Like there's things you can do roster wise. So
Yeah, like you still have enough to be able to get the guys the rest that they need, right? Like,
yeah,
and you see the reports of Embiid with him. The report is that he's putting on 15 pounds of muscle, which
yeah,
it is what it is, right? But like, all you have to do is get him to the playoffs, because Mark, in a playoff series, you're going to run out that starting five, and that starting five is going to play a majority of the time. And those
yeah,
guys that are further down the roster, and I say further down the roster, their second team is pretty solid.
yeah.
And like you no longer have this abyss of like a couple years ago when, like, I don't know if you remember the season 2 seasons ago that went epically bad that got them the VJ Edgecombe pick. There were games
Yeah.
where it felt like you and I might get a call at like 6:30 to say, like, Mark, you're in the starting lineup tonight. We
Dude,
need you to be.
they were signing guys to 10 days and stuff to just come in and wear the uniform and play so they matched the roster requirement. Like it was crazy.
Like, there were guys on there that we had no idea who they were. Like, we like to have this be the reality is absolutely wild. And like, and I'm like the Matt Cord's got to come back out of retirement, right? Like
Oh
you
yeah.
can't have someone else announce the next 2 games or the next 2 years of games of LeBron James and not have it be the guy who's been the voice of that franchise for forever. I heard
He's
him
got to
on
do at
97.
least he's got to do the home opener at least. We need him at least for the home opener,
I mean,
you know.
that ticket, I can't imagine being like obviously everybody in the Sixers, season ticket office is working all weekend, all night long, 24.
Prayers to them.
This is a 24-hour shift. Yeah, bring, bring the boxes of coffee. Like keep it hot,
Overnight
whatever
bag.
you got to do, right? Like, get your air mattresses ready. Like this is an all hands on deck kind of situation, because it's like I saw it, and Matt was on 97.5 doing like just had to like he apparently he was on, like, I think he might have been on one of the other stations and like popped over to one of the shows and did like
Yeah.
the intro, because he's had to do it before as a visitor,
Hmm.
but like,
Yeah.
and then like minutes later LeBron James drops the highlight video with the dreams and nightmares in the background, and then that Sixers look like the hold up wait a minute part comes, and the Sixers logo drops at the end. The other cool thing, Mark, he announced it as a trade, like with the signed trading the trading card with
Yeah.
him in the Sixers jersey, is how
Hmm.
that like it was officially announced. Um,
Hmm.
that's cool, and like it. You got the people down the shore flying the planes with the message behind them. I
Yeah.
saw one with a boat with a giant video screen on it. Like
Yeah.
it's just like this is just a really cool time. And like Mark, we have had a pretty epic summer. Like between
Yeah.
hosting the World Cup, that being the fan fest and all that stuff being around for 30 days, having the
Very
All
cool.
Star game, having the home run derby, the big golf tournaments, like
Yeah.
like you got Eagles training camp about to start. They're about to bark on what could be a really good season. Um, you got the Flyers coming back, like but then this hits at the end of the summer, and it's like we thought we needed something to carry us through the what has been like a slog of an end of a baseball, like the end of the summer for baseball, because it's kind of like we're they're good, but they're not good. Like this, just like this hit, it hit exactly where we needed it to hit. But it's like I don't know. I don't like I'll probably say I don't know about 57 times, but like it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's such a like, like another piece of it too is like, and it means something. We can talk about what it means to Philadelphia, but I think any city that kind of considers itself, any major market that considers itself a sports town, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Chicago, like any of those like cities, um, it means a lot to people, and we know this more so because we live here, like we live in Philadelphia, but it's like, or in the surrounding areas, and it's like, like he chose to come here, and it's like it's different when it's a trade and you acquire a guy, and like they come and like they learn about what it means to be here, but it's like when you know there was a decision, and he like saw the Sixers as like the best pathway to winning.
Yeah.
That's just like that part is a part of it. Same thing with Bryce and like when Bryce signed up with the Phillies and like when a player of that caliber kind of deems you worthy, it's a fun way to kind of really like now it feels like I had said to some friends and all, I was like, I'm ready for the Phillies to go and get, Tariq Skubal and all. Like, I sent the Kevin Garnett, like, anything is possible meme. Like, I was like, you acquire a player like this, and it's just like, let's just go get everybody. Like, I
Right,
don't,
like
what I mean? Like, we're
Phillies
the
go
city of
Phillies go
stars.
Phillies go get Scooble, right? Danny Briere goes and trades the entire farm system for Connor McDavid. Like
Yeah,
just empty. Like this is the year. Empty the tanks. Like
anything can happen.
right. This is a prime example of anything can happen. Right. Like
Yeah,
this is and like I'm looking at this and I'm looking at like and it says Mike Gansey's tenure, right? But like Mike Gansey's been here about 6 weeks. Like
yeah.
you draft LeBaron Fallon, and that looks like a great depth piece that like now is
We were
like
very
your
happy with
ninth.
that. Yeah,
It's like your ninth option, and he can kind of develop around this young
yeah.
nucleus and this all-time great player, right? You sign Dean Wade, right? And Dean Wade can be the guy that comes off the bench and just plays 3 and D.
Hmm.
You add Hockworthy to be the depth, at center. You trade for Jaylen Brown and you get rid of Paul George in his contract. You sign Anthony Simon. Now you sign LeBron James. Like you're bringing in Contavious Caldwell Pope. Like it makes me just like it makes me shake my head. All right, and the video that I keep coming back to is the little kid going LeBron James.
Yeah.
It just keeps like replaying in my head. And as I'm saying that, Mark, it literally like it popped up on the screen, and like it all I can do is just keep like it just keeps playing in my head, and I'm like,
Uh,
I just love it,
it's
and
it's just too like I mean that you kind of touched on it earlier about um his choice to like to sign here and like it kind of seemed like because that's all we kind of heard, right? Like Golden State was kind of like out there, like the
Mhm.
Warriors were, the possibility of like, which I thought to myself too. I was at the time, I'm like, everybody's going to be so old.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
uh, I mean, it's cool to see them all team up, but I mean, I was like, it's kind of everybody's like, you know, LeBron's
Mhm.
not the player he was, but it was like, he's in a room full of guys that you could probably say that about.
Yeah.
And Miami, even though like the Giannis deal was a big
Mhm.
league kind of altering thing. But we're kind of like we're wondering about the fit there. Like I know Bam's not like your traditional like big man like five, so it's like and they're going to be like really defensively, I'm sure stout, especially
Mhm.
on the interior. They're going to make teams miserable like in the interior, I'm sure. But I really don't know where the shooting's coming from in Miami. Like their roster's kind of like a hodgepodge
Mhm.
of, you know what I mean? I'm not really sure how that's going to work. And then Cleveland, who's like, they have a good team. Like, so, they had a good year last year.
Yeah.
But then again, like, where exactly do you fit LeBron unless he was willing to come on a deal like the one that the Sixers got him on?
Mhm.
So, um, to know too, like to know that
Yeah.
I saw somewhere from it may have been Shams. I'm not really sure who said it, but that the Sixers weren't really even a serious destination for LeBron until the Jaylen Brown trade, which
Right.
was surprising considering that like stylistically they're kind of similar, like but
Yeah.
it's a star-driven league, as we know. The NBA more so than any other professional sports league and of the major sports. So,
Yeah.
you see that, and then like all the other things, all the other little details,
Mhm.
the Gansey connection to him and his brother, and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Hold
Like,
on. That was great. Like
yeah,
for his brother to tweet that out, and that was what 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Like
yeah,
it's now going to be cool to like go back through all those Easter eggs of things that like we're kind of glimpses into like signs
yeah,
that we kind of read into but didn't want to put too much stock in, right? Because we don't want to get like we don't want to get our hopes up and our
yeah,
feelings hurt. Um, but like I saw one with um it's the LeBron D Wade that iconic the dunk with but it's Dean Wade's head
yeah.
superimposed
It's in
on the
Photoshop.
jersey, and like someone like scribbled Sixers over top of it. Like it's just great. Mark, I'm going to show you a picture because this one was going around yesterday, and this iconic photo of on the art museum steps, right? And
Yeah.
it's Jaws and it's Tug McGraw and it's Dr. J. And I'm trying to do the research on the guy. Do you know the guy that's in the Flyers jersey, number 33? I
Oh,
think it I think it might be Pete Peters.
Pete
If
Peters, I
I'm
think. Yeah.
because it says Pete Peters earned a Vezina trophy while playing while he played for the Stanley Flyers in the Stanley Cup Finals. So I think that might be Pete Peters. But I think obviously, right, you look at that and go like that picture is so iconic that you have to recreate it in some way.
Oh
And
man, that
it's
would be
now
so
got to
cool.
be LeBron. Is it Harper? It's got to be Harper,
Maybe
right?
Harper. Yeah, it has to be Harper, I would think, for the Phillies. Um,
Jalen?
Jalen, of
It's got to
course.
be Jalen, right? Who
Yeah.
who's the Flyers guy? Who do the Flyers put in that photo? Because you're talking about like iconic guys. not
Yeah.
like guys up and coming, not like
I would think maybe just because I mean there's a couple guys I think like maybe Sean Couturier because he's like one of the longest tenured guys.
yeah,
Travis Konechny, TK could be a good especially
for
because
sure.
he's I think considered a special or he's a popular player. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think it would be cool, like if you wanted to actually recreate like the actual photo. I mean, Dan Vladar could be
Yeah,
a fun one, even though he's not as
yeah, for
iconic.
sure.
But coming off a
But
great
like
first
if
year,
for sure,
just parlayed that into a new contract.
right,
That'd be cool, just to like recreate it with an actual goalie.
right.
But there'd be a
Just
couple for
like
the Flyers. I think Bryce would have to be the guy for the Phillies. Definitely Jalen. And
right, you're
definitely
talking about a guy
LeBron.
like Super Bowl MVP, right? A guy that
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
Bryce being essentially the face of the Major League Baseball for as long as he was.
Hmm.
Um, but like that kind of stuff, I just love. I love when like and I have to laugh because like somebody tried, and this I have to put up because it's just funny. But somebody tried and it went epically wrong, right? Like they photoshopped LeBron, right? Bryce Harper with the left-handed glove, right? Jalen Hurts on the right holding the helmet, but then they I'm trying to zoom in, but somebody literally took a screenshot. It's a Flyers goalie with it with number 11. It's a number 11 jersey, but somebody
Yeah.
literally zoomed in and said, "Who is this guy?" Obviously, it's like an AI thing, right? But like, it was
Yeah.
just funny. Someone tried to kind of try to be really creative with that, but like,
Yeah.
I just like
That's funny. I didn't see that.
um just to see this just having this be the opportunity to kind of like reinvigorate this franchise is like um it's just awesome. um
Yeah.
Anything,
Yeah.
I know we were kind of, this is an emergency pod, right? There were
Yeah.
anything you want to jump on before we jump out of here?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure we touched on everything. There's again, I mean, it's really, really cool. I mean, we talked at the beginning about like I was actually at a doctor's appointment with my wife when I heard, and we were walking out of the appointment, and I take my phone out. We were getting in the car, and I'm like, I was like, well, like LeBron just signed with the Sixers, like, and in probably the most Philadelphia way possible. We were actually like we were out of the doctor's appointment, and across the street from the hospital is a Wawa. So we go to grab our coffee, and we're in line, and there's a young guy behind me, and we were talking about it. It was like one of those, like you said earlier, like where were you kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because like we were at a doctor's appointment for our since we're expecting and stuff, I think it was
Yeah.
for all those reasons, I'll remember it especially fondly when I found out, and we were we were actually across the street getting coffee at the Wawa, and
That's awesome.
people just like just being stunned, and just like the fact that like who cares if it's 2 years, who cares if it's the twilight of his career, like you talked about earlier, Don, like about he's one of the most recognizable athletes probably in the world today,
Yeah.
and he gets to play here for 2 years, and that's a really special thing. We were in a completely different place, like you said. This is a franchise too that, I mean, the Sixers haven't been to an Eastern Conference final since 2001. I think it's now 43 years since they won their last title.
Yep.
We've had a
That's
lot of low
83.
lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of low lights, especially in recent years. There was some painful things, especially in the playoffs. For some reason, the Ben Simmons passing up that dunk just That's at the front of my mind. The double
I mean,
doink with Kawhi in Toronto.
yeah,
Like there's a couple like really big heartbreakers in there. So there's nothing wrong with saying that the city deserves this, especially
sure,
the the hardcore basketball Sixer fans. Philadelphia has such a great basketball culture too. You think about like
for
the
sure.
Big Five and college basketball. I already saw like my school, my alma mater, Temple University. They're already on Twitter trying to get them to come down to the Liacouras Center, catch a Temple Owls game, which would be epic to see. Like him come down there and then catch a game.
Right? Like
He's got to
I
show up.
know.
He's got to come see a game at the Palestra too. Like
I mean, he correct me if I'm wrong, but he played there as one of the games they hosted him in a high school game at
yeah,
the Palestra, if I remember correctly. Um,
they probably did. I don't remember, but I'm sure he
hey,
played
Mark,
there.
you want to talk about like endearing to the fan base, right? Imagine if they do like an open gym at like the
Oh God,
Palestra, right? Like just, I mean, obviously, line would be around the corner, like
yeah,
it would, but like I got to imagine, right? And at some point in time in the next couple weeks, right? I'm sure there's going to be like because they held off, they haven't done the Jaylen Brown introduction press conference, right? I'm sure that this was kind of talked about that like I'm curious to see what that introduction is like. Um, I love that he's already announced that he's going to wear 23.
yeah,
So like we don't have to worry about like what number is he going to wear? Is it going to be 6? Is it going to be 23? Is it like and people buying the
yeah.
wrong jersey? Like I love everything about it. And Mark, I couldn't have said it better. This is such a great, not only a great sports town, but has such a rich basketball history. Um,
Yeah, it
and
does.
like that to me is like this just like what was like the shot in the arm that like everybody that covers basketball and that's the other thing, Mark. There's so many great people that cover basketball. And it was like
Oh
you
yeah,
had this great basis of people that cover basketball for the radio stations, for the internet content, for the newspapers, the print writers, like all they there are so many good edit so many good writers and so many good content people around basketball that like it
hmm
almost felt like it was getting wasted with the process and with all these like horrible teams that like you've got these great iconic sports coverage people that
hmm
are covering what was a pile of dreck and then now it's like in a span of 6 weeks it's completely flipped on its head. Mark, my
yeah,
coffee has not ever tasted better this morning. Um, the sun is shining a little bit brighter.
yeah,
Um, it's just it's a great day to be in Philadelphia.
yeah. It is. It's really cool, and yeah, it still feels like it's I'm already thinking about like how cool it'll be like opening night. I mean, there's going to be a
Mm,
different set of eyes on a national scope on the Sixers in particular. Now that LeBron's here,
Got to
he
imagine
draws that
Christmas
kind of
Day,
Christmas Day. There's
right?
got to be a matchup with the Lakers or something.
I
Maybe
mean,
Cleveland comes to town. That could be cool.
Mark, correct me if I'm
Like
wrong. Are we going to have a Christmas Day doubleheader?
yeah, there's probably going to be.
Because
Yeah.
we have an Eagles game.
Oh yeah, right.
There's
Yeah,
an Eagle. We're gonna have that. That's gonna happen. There's gonna be an Eagles
yeah,
Sixers Christmas Day doubleheader. Well, I
yeah.
might as
And
well let
the
everybody
NBA,
know the holidays are canceled.
and the
That'll
NBA
be
like
busy.
they've covered. The NBA's really kind of carved out like Christmas Day is like their coverage day, like where they do. A lot of people kind of see it as the unofficial start of the season. That second half kicks off of like where we start like playoff pictures start to form a little bit more clearer and stuff like that by Christmas. So guys start trying to get themselves ready for the postseason. Christmas onward. So
Yeah.
I would imagine that they'd get a Christmas game. There's got to be like a marquee matchup or something, or it'd be great if it was home.
All right.
But I think they'll
So-
definitely be playing Christmas Day.
So I misspoke. Christmas Eve. They
The
play
Eagles
the
play
Texans.
Christmas.
Christmas
right,
Eve.
okay.
So we're gonna have Eagles Texans Christmas Eve, and then I got to imagine it's like Sixers Lakers, Sixers Celtics
Yeah,
on Christmas Day.
yeah, that would be cool. That would be really cool.
Hey, listen, you know where to find me.
Yep.
I'll
Right
be
in front of the
I'll be
team.
front and center, man. It's awesome. I feel like it's only fitting to end with hitting this on the way out and the Sixers song and go Sixers. LeBron James is an actual Sixer.